Alfredo.
Oh, chicken Alfredo's not that bad.
Chicken Alfredo is really good. I really like to add like some pineapple to my chicken Alfredo. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice. Yeah. Anyway, we're live. Welcome
What?
everybody to Greasy Dothogs versus the Covenant. We are in stage 2 now. My name's Godfather TC Mano. Is with me on the mic. Dolphin behind the scenes as always. And shout out Quique for that excellent voice acting there. Voice coverage of everything that's happened in the format updates. Really cool stuff. And I think we got a bit of a graphic here in a moment to kind of refresh our memories on that. But TC, excited for this second half of the regular season?
I am extremely excited for the second half. Stage two, going to be weeks 6 through 8 for everyone else, but it's going to be exciting to see. Hopefully, we're going to have a lot of close matches because Group A and Group B are going to kind of bundle everyone up and force them each team to kind of play each other within their kind of like their skill area, and we might see a bit more kind of exciting matches. Hopefully, that's going to be the goal of this new format, and it also means that we're going to be seeing some best of threes because all the matches in stage two are best of three. So that maybe gives an opportunity for some of these teams to kind of explore a bit more against like their closer opponents. So hopefully we'll have some really great games on our hand. And I think one of them is going to be the game we're watching tonight, Greasy Dothogs versus the Covenant. The winner of this is going to be going to the upper bracket finals for A, meaning they are going to play Froyotech, who won against LeBron last night. So that is kind of the expectations. The loser is going to be going on to fight LeBron in lower bracket round one, I believe is the correct term for that, and then so on and so forth until we get the seeding confirmed. But Godfather, Covenant, and Greasy Dothogs, we've seen them before. Should be a great match, but I guess we can go maybe into some of the rosters if we want to do that.
Oh, absolutely. These two teams sporting plenty of well-known names. I will start us off with the Covenant. We got Scarfs on Flank Scout, Pocket Scout is Scratch, Trip on Roamer, Kev on Pocket, Demo Man is Dingo, and Azen on Medic. Over on the Greasy Dothogs, we got Rakuso and Shamu on the Scouts, Cactus Wactus, aka Fruit, on Roamer, Paul Dog is the Pocket, Sin Karma on Demo, and Dank Medic. So a lot of familiar names in the invite scene. A lot of great players on these, and they have earned their spots in Group 1 here for Stage 2.
Yeah, they definitely have. Greasy Dothogs, I think everyone kind of thought they'd be upper playoffs level at the beginning of the season, but they have by far and away come out and really surprised people, I think, just by how securely they've kind of put themselves into second place. Taking 2 rounds off of Froyotech as well is also a really, really good achievement. And 2 rounds out of 4, it was only to 4, not the classic 5 that you would have expected, especially against a Froyotech roster, which is looking really, really improved with their pickups that they've had over the season. So I think Greasy Dothogs have a lot to be proud of, at least in the first stage. Hopefully they're going to be able to carry it over to the second stage. The Covenant as well, they've been able to get into playoffs fairly securely, going 4-3 of the same as 3 other teams as well. So really it's been the round win percentage that's kind of enabled them to get into Group A over, I think it's Cat Posse, who was also at the same score line. So definitely for the Covenant, maybe something they want to prove against the Greasy Dothogs in this match. I think they've definitely got the talent to do it. Both of those are kind of fairly well-studded rosters. So we're going to have to see on our first map, which is going to be Snakewater. Something interesting, just to cast your eyes a bit far forward into this best three, is that they actually chose Granary, which is the first time I think Granary's been chosen this entire invite season so far. No team has had experience on it. So if we do get their Godfather, it's going to be interesting to see why the Greasy Dothogs picked it over Bagel or Sultry, which I would expect they have a bit more experience on. But regardless, first map is going to be Snakewater.
Yeah, we got Snakewater, Gully, Granary. I like that on the graphic. It's just Granary, not CP Granary. It's just Granary. But yeah, we see the picks and the bans here, getting rid of product right out of the gate, and then Metalworks as well. Honestly, like those 2 bans, the Process ban, Sunshine ban, 2 maps that, in my opinion, play kind of similarly. But yeah, we'll be on Snake, Gully, and Granary. Now, TC, turning our eyes to this first map, best of 3, Snakewater. who should we be looking out for to be, an impact class on Snakewater?
An impact class. I mean, just straight off the bat, I guess we can go to the Greasy Dothogs because, in theory, they're the favorites to win this. I think you'd assume. Definitely the soldiers. It really depends on how they play the mids. If they go for a double soldier bomb, then maybe you can expect a lot from Crypt and Paul Dog initially to just kind of get on to AZN and just really cause his life to be a bunch of pain. If it is a bit slower, then if Shamu can go off and go wild, if it's going to be the other scout as well, then we might see something there. You can't count Sincomer down. I'm going down the roster, but it's because all of these players on these teams can really make a lot of stuff happen. But I think if it's going to be anyone, it's probably going to have to be down to the soldiers, Paul Dog and Crypt. If they can be in unison and really make things work, then I think it's going to be really good for them, especially on the mids, but even sacking in onto second. This is one of the few maps where I think even just sending in a solo soldier sack can still get something done if you've got the nice rockets and the pressure from your team. So I think that can definitely be something they can work with. On the other side of things, I think it's really going to be the Scouts, Scratch, and Scarfs. Scarfs has gone so huge throughout the majority of this season so far. Really been a really great pickup for their team, coming in for Catface and really just kind of showing up maybe main roster material. Even when Catface does get back, I do think Catface is going to come back on the roster. But Scarfs not slowing them down whatsoever. Dingo as well, Junie from Spy Kids, I think, is another great player that you've got to look out for. But I think along with that, we might see some sniper action as well because Snakewater, you can get a few good angles, maybe not on mid, but definitely peeking into second and on to last. There's definitely a few opportunities there. We might see the Kev banner play as well. You can slow Snakewater down just like any 5CP and really make it your own game. So depending on how the Covenant want to try and play this, I think they've definitely got a lot of room for opportunities, a lot of room for alternative ways of taking this against Greasy Dothogs, but I think they need a game plan if they want to try and walk away with it here.
Absolutely. Strategy is going to be big here. I think my personal prediction is we're going to see a pretty slow first mid fight, and then it's just going to get faster and faster from there. In terms of predictions, we have them up on the cast, so put those in now. First to, or best of, it's not first of nor best of, up to 5 points, I should say, to be earned by either of these teams here. So put your predictions in. What are you thinking, TC?
Uh, it's gonna be a tough one. I think it's gonna be close, even though the Greasy Dothogs did kind of 5-1. Um, what is it? Or no, 4-1, my bad. The Covenant on Metalworks. So it was definitely a bit dominant, but I feel like it was a bit closer than the scoreline suggested, if I can remember to when that match happened. Because this was the map pick for Greasy Dothogs, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to give it to them. I think it's gonna be a 4-2. I think the Covenant definitely have a few opportunities to get in this game. I think it depends whether if Scarfs can really just clean the field with Scratch and they can just walk over the soldiers and then just walk over everyone else. If that doesn't happen, it might be a bit more dominant for the Greasy Dothogs. If they can mid to last it a bunch, which you can really do on Snakewater, and just kind of put the pressure on them, it might be a bit harder for the Covenant to get in. So yeah, I'm going to say a solid 4-2. I think it's really going to come down to the mids and who can carry the most momentum or deny the most momentum because of it.
Absolutely. I'm feeling more of a 4-1 here, same direction though. I think Greasy Dothogs has this one in the bag, but I mean the Covenant can come out here and have an upset for sure. They've proven themselves to be a good team and definitely have a chance here. I think most of chat is agreeing that it's going to be around the 4-1, 4-2 range. So we'll see if that holds true, and we'll see if anyone ends up being prediction winners at the end. Waiting for everyone to get in here. It looks like Kev's on the wrong team, but otherwise we have our players, and I say that, and someone DCs, so it'll be a little bit longer here. Need a little bit more filler time. What do you, like, personal opinions
Mhm.
on this format shakeup in how the season's being played? I really like it. It's like a pre-playoffs playoffs. What are your thoughts?
I think It is kind of like a pre-playoffs, which on one hand doesn't make a lot of sense because you just had doing playoffs over. But when you think about it, playoffs is usually the most exciting time of TF2 because that's when you generally have the closest matches, the matches that mean the most in terms of each individual like importance of each match. So I can definitely understand it from both ways. I think we're gonna have to wait for the whole season to go through before we really have a great idea. But so far, so good. I think this is like a really great match that you would have had to have wait like all the way until like maybe like the final few days of before you saw it. And now you're getting it all the way kind of like midway through the season. So I think it encourages a lot more closer games between teams. It gives them an opportunity to play teams that are closer to them so they can improve a bit better. And you're not just watching Freud face off against Rome and you just already really know what the scoreline is going to be. It's going to, it's going to be a 5-0 probably, which not to take anything away from Rome, but that way Rome can play teams like Cab Posse or maybe Estrian took my homie and they've got more incentive to try in each match because each match is closer for them. So I think it's just better all across the board. We're going to have to see once we get into the actual playoffs if teams feel like it's been indicative of they've been seeded well because of it. But I think overall it's a really great change in addition to the invite structure. Makes for a viewing experience for the people at home, and hopefully makes for a better playing experience for the players in the server. So hopefully a win-win, which I think it should be, as it looks like they almost did have a few roster shakeups on the side of the Covenant. But I think everything's going to be all well and good. I think someone Fruit was in as a medic because someone was a not able to get into the server, but I think that's being um, remedied at the moment. So hopefully we're gonna have
Yeah.
all teams at full roster potential because even though not to take any away from Fruit's potential medic, but just in these kind of like high stakes match, you want to make sure you've got your full roster all lined up, everyone's on the same page, and they know what the deal is.
Yeah, you definitely want to have everybody in for a match like this. As these teams, the winner of this matchup, again, is going to go on to face Froyo, and if they secure a win there, it will be terrific for their their real playoff standings and positioning going into that. So, exciting stuff here as we see one team go ready. Hopefully, Dolphin will give us a bit of a heads up so we can do a final reintro. But I don't know, TC, what's good with you? I don't know. I don't have too much else to talk about with this match.
I mean, I'm pretty good. I'm excited as well. Once again, if you didn't miss it early on, we had a really great explanation video about how all the stages are going to go: stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. But just to recap it up, based off the seeding from stage 1, everyone got broken up into two groups: Group A and Group B. Group A was the top 4 seeded teams from stage 1. So they're going to be all playing each other, and then the two winners from Group A are going to be first and second seed going into playoffs. The bottom 2 from Group A are going to have to face the top 2 from Group B, and they're going to go into a single elimination bracket to decide 3 through 6. And then the 2 from Group B, who were the bottom 4 of the stage 1, are just going to be the bottom 2. They're nothing special for them. Once again, that might be confusing. The graphic and the video, really great stuff. The Quique, like you said, for doing that amazing voiceover, really explain it well and in depth. So hopefully it'll be pretty apparent as the season goes on. They're going to be having updating the graphic on the RGL webpage, I believe, to accurately reflect what all the matches have been week in, week out. So you can always look at that just in case you're a little bit confused. And then once we get the playoffs, going to be classic double elim playoffs with all the teams, all 8 teams. So you can be able to see all your favorite teams regardless of how they did in the first 2 stages.
Dude, biggest bait in the entire world there. Uh, Dothogs unreadies, and instantly afterwards, Covenant readies. So we did not get the countdown, but we were so close to greatness, everybody. It won't be too much longer. Put your predictions finally in here. And shout out, I guess, quick shout out. We've had a couple of Twitch subs here so far, and shout out everyone who's doing that. That directly supports us as casters. So, thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. All of it goes a long way to helping the TF2 scene, I think. But regardless of that, I guess just talking a bit more about these teams. I think the Covenant It's gonna be interesting for them because the third map is going to be Granary, and presumably they're not gonna win Snakewater. Like, I don't think they're gonna win Snakewater. They might, they have a chance of it, but presumably for the Covenant, they're gonna have to go to the third map, and Granary is not a map I don't think they've practiced once so far in the entire season, maybe just yesterday, and it's something that Greasy Dothogs picked, so to pick that over Sultry, which I think a lot ironically, I think teams have had more practice with Sultry than Granary, which has been a map in the season for a lot longer. And Bagel, which even though it's Koth, I think it's a bit more of a fan favorite than a either Sultry or Granary is. Was really well liked. So for Greasy Dot Hogs to pick that, it's going to be a tall order for Covenant to really take it on map 3 because even though I think Granary kind of goes into their playstyle. It's very stalematey. It's very slow. Kev can go on the banner. Kev can snipe. It's very open for kind of those types of classes and those types of a moving around, not doing the standard team composition, as something like Gullywash is. But I think that I'm just worried a bit for the Covenant because Greasy Dot Hogs, I feel like they've got to have something up their sleeve to pick that map out of all maps. That's not just like a map. It's like, oh, it's a pug map. It's sunshine. It's process. We know how to play it. We'll be fine. It's an easy reset map. I don't think Granary's an easy reset map. It's something that they have to be feeling slightly confident on, and maybe now as we go into this kind of stage 2 area, they're kind of pulling out a bit more of their cards, so to speak, is going to be the Dot Hogs roster. Maybe this is something they're waiting on, they're off on, and now once we're getting into things, they're just going to be happy to slowly reveal their cards one by one. As we are going live, finally, Greasy Dot Hogs versus the Covenant. You don't have to listen to my rambling anymore as we go on this first. And who are you going to be watching, Godfather?
I will be watching the Soldiers TC, and thank you all for waiting for a rather long pregame, but we're finally in live in this best of 3. We are into stage 2. This is Group A, Dothogs versus the Covenant. It's gonna be a good one here. We are on Snakewater mid. Things, as I predicted, starting off a little bit slow here as the team's kind of just jostling for a little bit of positioning. Have your soldier and scouts up on the high ground, spamming across the points. Nobody really taking the initiative quite yet. Dingo is gonna be spamming forward a little bit. He backs up to reload, and again, a slow mid fight. And a slow start here. Finally, a little bit of pressure coming in from Covenant. There is a Crypt Bomb. He's going to get gunned down. The first to fall on this mid, but Scratch falls right back. And it is Kev jumping forward. He hits his head. Not much happens, even with one down for each team. Dothogs are going to take a little bit of point presence here. And Trip jumps in, does not find any kills, finds a respawn timer instead. And that is a good job there by the demo, picking up Scarfs at the end. That is a 1 mid for Dothogs.
Yeah, like you said, extremely slow, but really great stuff from the Dothogs to just play the positioning, play the spam. Oh, and Scratch is going to be trying to take an aggressive Uber here. He gets launched up sky high and has to go back to his medic. They didn't have to use the Uber. On the side of the Greasy Dothogs, we have a late bomb in from Kev from Cheese, trying to see if he could do anything, but it's not going to find anything onto Dank, and now we're going to be using full Uber onto last.
Yeah, this is going to be a real easy push for the Dothogs. They're getting in with the Uber. That gun is just going up slowly. It's going to actually never get up as the engineers swap glasses. We've got a heavy out of Scratch right now on the right side, playing in with Script. He goes down. Now Paul Dog's also going to fall. The scout falling. Oh, it all falls apart. Too early of a use, and now this medic gets deleted on the retreat. Tank goes down. It's just in Karma, and he's sure to get rushed down here by the scout, doing his best to live, but Dingo will kill the demo, and that is, as beefs go, pretty big one from the Dothogs.
Yeah, that is pretty big. Yeah, they fun, and they didn't have the Dothog as well to go with it. Not quite sure. Shamu up in the forward spawn as the sniper. He does get spotted out. He doesn't get a shot off, so unfortunate for him. He's in there, maybe just trying to see if he can maybe get a shot. No, he doesn't. The back spawn, thinks better of it. Now we are going to see the Covenant rolling in through Saw. They got a lot of space. Everyone on the Greasy Dothogs are just going to give it up. Shamu in the other forward spawn, also on sniper, but he back spawns again. to go back to the rest of his team. So trying to take every opportunity to maybe try and get a cheeky snipe onto Dank. It's not going to happen. I mean, onto AZN, my bad. As now the Covenant, they've still got Uber-Ad to work with here as they try and take it. They are going to be sending in a soldier early. They're actually kind of slowing down here. They're not going as fast as I'd like to see them. Bulldog getting a nice kill onto Scratch is really going to delay things. And I think they're just going to let things even out here.
Dothogs can take a little bit of space here, and they are not waiting to do so. I believe that was the debt coming in from Dingo. Doesn't get anybody with that. So now, yeah, it's going to even up here. 34 seconds of Uber-Ad lost. And that level 2 gun, something we saw the last time I think we watched Dothogs. They really like putting that level 2 gun there. Might upgrade it, probably won't. Oh, looks like he will go for the upgrade eventually. He baited me again. Leaves it. He might be out of ammo. Anyway, got that gun. Got the sniper now, Shamu, going for it one more time. He's playing back and going to swap classes one more time. So just the engineer off classes. Things continue to be slow here in round number 1. Scratch, though, is going to be peeking on sniper, looking for a clean shot onto the medic if he can. Needs that door open now. Doesn't see anyone, and he's going to get spammed by Bulldog. Doesn't go down, though. Bulldog jumps back to the dispenser, looking for an arrow in a moment. The Uber actually in for the blue team. It's going to be an exchange here as Shamu just running forward onto Scratch, going to pick up the sniper kill. But
he stays alive.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, but they goes down.
Dies.
Oh my God, Judy.
Into a trap. Dingo big.
Yeah, really great stuff from them as now they're going to try and refight. They do have the heal advantage, so they're down players, but the big bomb coming in from Bulldog is going to be getting onto them, but there's only 2 up alive, and now can Sincomer escape? No, he dies down and lower, and there's only going to be Crypt. He does get back to his medic. A good push-out attempt from the side of Greasy Dothogs, but losing their medic there, not being able to get onto AZN, has kind of spelled disaster for them.
Oh, what a ragdoll Crypt gets launched in his death. And it's a pyro off blast from Dank. Doing his best, actually. He's stalling really well here in time for his team to get back in. And somehow, it will work for now at least. The pyro does meet his demise, but, I mean, a question mark in chat because how did that work?
I mean, there's a side for medics out there. You can off class too when the situation calls from it. Dank did save that last hold for his team. If he was on medic, he would have gone down instantly. And even though they're still at big Uber to sad they weren't able to get onto it, at least they have a better chance of doing it. So definitely a very clutch play from Dank, knowing what to do in the moment. And now they're going to have to try and hold at big Uber out. The Covenant have, and they're going to be trying to figure out where they want to try and take this in. Looks like they're going to be going in through Shutter, bombing in with their demo, but they're getting stuffed by the Pyro and the spam classes. Oh, Shamu does go down, Crypt goes down, so they are going to be able to find 2 just a little bit later into the push. There's no sign of Uber coming out from Dank, so they don't have to worry about that. They can take their time here. They got to focus down the gun.
Still staying on Engie. He's playing forward onto point right now. He might have enough ammo to just throw one more gun down here in a moment. Not opting for the off class. He's staying forward with the shotgun, now backing off as the threat has subsided. But some very scrappy play here from the defending Dothogs, and it is somehow working. Here's a bit of a push out with Shamu going forward, bringing the medic out as well. Scarfs is up on Spy, has made his way forward now. Might have just taken some chip damage from Rakuzo. Shamu gonna go down here. Scarfs is looking for the back half, but not in time now. He's gonna come down the medic, gets the force off. Good spy play there. Trip gonna be stuck behind, dealing with Bulldog as Ad shifts to the Covenant.
Yeah, it does. They are gonna lose here, which is a bit unfortunate. They do get danked down super, super low, and I don't think the Covenant are too bold to try and take this in while they're down 2, so we're just going to wait at least for Scarfs to come back up onto Scout. Maybe they can go without Trip if they really want to, and yeah, it looks like they're going to be trying to make their way in through lower. Trip can just trail behind as they're going to be trying to take some early space here. They don't want to have to use if they don't have to, and they're going to be trying to take as much space as they possibly can. They are going to be able to get Kev, that is the Greasy Dothogs. They get Scratch as well.
Sin just laying down the log there, spamming into grass, and now Shamu's working his way forward. He's going to get help from Crypt, take down Trip. And this soldier has an opportunity to bomb if he goes for it. Doesn't look like he will, just opting for spam instead as the rest of Dothogs work their way forward. Just really great stuff out of Dothogs to break out of last, again, going back to the heads-up play from Dank, we do have Scratch on Sniper. I will mention he takes a shot, doesn't find too much, gets a body shot on Sin Karma, who will die to Scars. Now this Soldier jumping out will just barely live, but Trip's going to go pressure here just a little bit. Actually picks up the kill. That's 2 down for Dothogs, and they can't keep the space anymore, as Covenant will work their way forward. But Dothogs playing super scrappy here. They had that heads-up play from Dank on last to swap to
Shamu!
Pyro. We got the Uber coming in, TC. It's going to be on the Shamu yet again, but gets absolutely nothing. What a bad Uber here.
Yeah, it is, but we see the bomb coming in from Crypt. Oh my god, huge self getting onto Ace at the end. If Dan can stay alive, which it looks like just about is going to be able to, he's clumped up with the rest of his players. So even though they are going to lose the mid, they are going to have Uber Ad to work with. There's a defending sniper still up. It's going to be Scratch. If he doesn't off-class up, it might be a thorn in their sides if they want to try and hold this, because he's going to have to try and get a shot off. He does have the opportunity to position himself how he wants to maybe try and get the proper angle.
Traps.
Ooh.
That is, you know, one thing about Dingo, maybe not considered like top of the top level demos, but his traps, man, they can be pretty nasty, and we've seen that already in this match. So do not undervalue the Dingo demo, as Dothogs approaching their full Uber here, just 55 and building for Covenant. So Dothogs has a little bit of leeway here, but should kind of go fast. Pauldog on Spy, which is not conducive to playing fast at all. Probably one of the slowest things you can do here, and he's going to be coming forward, Cloak and Dagger. So Dothogs have elected to take the slowest strat possible, allowing Scratch to peek here. And I don't know, I guess it's just time to watch and see if the Spy can get through.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting, because even when Pauldog did come up, they still had a bit of Uber Ad to work with. It was close. I mean, Asian was at 80%, but it was still doable if they were already in position to go for it.
He's got to be spotted. He's surely spotted. He butter knifes the bed. Wow! What a deletion. Pauldog gets absolutely nothing. He's 2 rockets while in the air. That's not how you do it, buddy. Bomb onto Crypt here from Trip. Getting good damage, but now going to get rushed down by Shamu coming in to help out.
Shamu going for the flank hooper again, going all the way through Catwalk. He's going to be landing on top of them. Shamu has just been so aggressive with these flanking every single time with the combo. Looks like he's got free reign to try and get onto all these players. They're flashing a lot more on the side of a Covenant. They have to, but Shamu is eventually going to go down. Oh, and no, Dank goes down as well. It's just been, oh my, so much damage coming out from the side of a Covenant. Everyone falling on the Greasy Dothogs. Pauldog hiding. Looks like he is going to be able to get onto Scratch. So finally Sniper down. He's now in a little 1v1 with Trip all the way in the backlines, but it doesn't matter as everyone else on the Covenant is rushing forward.
Honestly, that Sniper pick gives the opportunity to swap back to, oh, this is just going to be a cap, isn't it, as they rush forward. No, he's going to stay on Sniper, so Scratch confident in his abilities here. He thinks it's the right play. I was going to say, incorrectly if I finished the thought, that taking down the Sniper gives him the chance to switch, but Scratch simply does not want to. He's going to post up and now swap back onto Scout, so it ends up going the way I thought, but
maybe it was an accident. Maybe he just expected his team to win that push, and so he just decided to stay on Sniper for the lulz. Anyways, Covenant is going to be trying to back in here, but Pauldog is the leading Kev. Nice rocket from him, but they are going to have to give us up because they recognize they are at Uber. Dis-ad AZN does have 100%, but it's dwindling down, and I think we're going to be heading into another stalemate here, Godfather.
Well, stalemates haven't lasted too long as they can go. But we will have the Engineer off-class up, getting the gun in the same spot as we saw Trip. Oh, Trip is 4 health and Scarf is 5. How does that not get any kills? That is just so unlucky for the Dothog fans in chat. That could have been 2 picks and a push out of last in an instant, but instead, stalemate continues. Covenant gets healthy again. Damage onto the medic there. Dank, he has to be careful of Trip all the way up in the air. It's 2 for 1 here on the sack, as Pauldog will die.
Kev coming in and trying the exact same thing that Trip tried. He does manage to take down the gun, but nothing much else for it, and they lost 3 for 1, which isn't really that great of a trade. I'm not getting the Uber out as well. Now it looks like they're going to have to try and take an exchange. Oh my, Shamu. He just two-shot that guy. Scratch being taken down, being dropped from the Uber. Unfortunate. Looks like they're really trying to juggle him. He's so much damage. He does get out.
Oh my god, the Dothog damage is so close to getting kills here. I think that's maybe 4 or 5 near deaths from the Covenant so far, and Dothogs would surely be up around if they had, finished off those frags. But they will be happy to bust out of their last, get onto their second. It's going to be even Ubers and cookie cutter classes. No more sniper, no more Highlander action.
Yeah, we have seen maybe not a lot of impact from the sniper per se, but just from the pressure, but presence of the sniper. As I say, that Scarf's going in and sacking makes me think that he's going to be coming up on an off class himself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's someone saying, I don't want to be playing Scout right now. I might as well just bot in, see if I can two-shot anyone. And we'll see. Yep, we got the sniper. Caster's instincts prove correct here. Now, the question is, do you reckon Dothogs will think, hey, that guy just fed, maybe he's off-classing, or will they just be laughing at the fact that Scarf's just fed?
I think they should probably know, because I think if you're not going for an off-class, you expect the soldier to go in. Usually they have the better potential to get in without getting shot or getting shot too heavily, and they have a better opportunity of getting on to the med. Which,
nice shot onto Rakuzo.
Yes, and now we're going to see Tripwire going in for a sack with the player down. Doesn't manage to find anything. Looks like just went for a hero shot through a window, which I kind of respect, but not when you're also losing your soldier as well. And now we have the Greasy Dothogs trying to see if they can do anything. Looks like Shamu wants to take an aggressive Uber. He's been loving him so far in this match, and they've been kind of working out for his team. He's buying a lot of space. They're flashing so much more in the Covenant, and now the collapse from the Greasy Dothogs just coming in. Azian goes down.
Gabu's on a 7K right now. He finds Kevin as well. He's just absolutely cleaning up right now. Gets launched into a wall, and Caster's cursed. He will fall. This medic going to be backing out properly here. Scarfs finds a couple, takes down Paul Dog, but then goes down himself. We got a scout Scratch. Peeking around, kind of dancing here, just shuffling. Maybe back cap. Sin Karma was very weak there. Is the back cap going to be faster? It looks like it will draw players back here. And now Scratch running all the way out to last? Into last, rather? Is he going for the Paul Dog? 1v1? No. He gets back onto the point. What a sneaky fella.
Yeah, it is extremely sneaky for him. Just buying a lot of eyes. We do see Kev trying to come in. Because of a chaos, doesn't manage to find anything. He might get the cap. Actually, no. Scratch is going to be taken down. And a lot of delaying from the side of the Covenant. But because they didn't get the Uber, nor did they get the cap, it's still going to mean that Greasy Dothogs have a full Uber to work with. But Dan going down so low is going to have to use.
Yeah, Shamu Pocket Scout working its way in here. And gets pretty much nothing here. So full ad back in the favor of Covenant, as mid-cap will go in favor of Dothogs. And that will put another 3 minutes back onto the clock. An interesting push out here coming through the flank, and that is just the medic getting crushed at. He will pop his Uber to stay alive, but it's not going to be too good of one. 1 for 2 on the Uber. Not what they're looking for, TC.
No, not at all. I would like to see the Covenant try and go forward here. There's 2 down, and you can maybe cap before they get the respawners up. Actually, no, looks like So is already up and back in, so maybe a bit too late as they now are going to lose Scratch. I would have liked to see Covenant maybe a bit quicker with that. Either commit to the cap or commit to trying to chase while you had the player ad. But regardless, they're going to be on mid. They are at Uber disad, so they're going to have to worry about that coming in from, I was about to say LeBron's dead to know, but no, coming in from the Greasy Dothogs. They want to try and at least get onto Azian if they can, or not have to use. They're going to be trying to make their way, kind of bully everyone out. Oh, and he's in behind.
In the pack. Can he get one more? He cannot. Dank will dance out of harm's way. Trip getting his way forward. TC, we were so foolishly optimistic to predict as fast of a match as 4-1. It is 11:40 p.m. EST. I know we started pretty darn late, but we've been going for probably like almost 20 minutes here. 18 minutes by my count. Not a single round capped. This is one of the longest individual rounds I've seen in sixes, maybe ever. And we are still going, and it is a best of 3, so ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a long night, but clearly it's going to be a close one. We have Kev up on Sniper, TC. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Kev is definitely a really great sniper in his own right. We've seen a lot of action from Scarfs and Scratch, but I'm not disappointed to see Kev up on it. I would have thought maybe he would have gone for a banner, seeing how slow things have been. Not necessarily slow, but super back and forth. There maybe been opportunity for him to try and get the spam off and do some banner shenanigans, but his sniper is nothing to scoff at, as it looks like he's trying to peek in through Saw. Maybe try and get some space, allowing his soldier, which would have to be Trip at this point, to maybe try and do something from lower. But he's just going to be taking his time. He knows that if he gets the angle, he's going to be able to hit the shot. So it's just about whether Greasy Dothogs allow him to get the shot in the first place. So they're going to have to make sure they lock down all these scores, as right now he has a lot of presence in Saw, his team helping him out there, but not really being able to find much of anything. Good job from Greasy Dothogs just locking that down, as now looks like they're going to try and rotate in through lower. If it's not working through Saw, the only option you have is through lower, as now they're all coming down here to try and support their sniper, not finding much shots or not giving him much of anything.
Ooh, pressure,
so
TC,
aggressive.
Shamu.
Yeah.
They're actually going to get a pick on this, and that's going to be an Uber expended by the Dothogs. Covenant going to be able to kite this for ages. Look at this. That is just giving advantage to Covenant right there. Free as anything, really. So I'm expecting to see a play come in from the Covenant, working their way in grass, maybe flanking around. It's Rakuzo and the soldier going in with the Uber now. Here's the Covenant. Dingo getting weak, gonna go down. Karma hitting the pipe before his demise. Getting in behind the soldier and Rakuzo. Rakuzo gets the kill onto Aizen. Down he goes. Crypt finds Kev as well. Dank dying though. Means it's 2-on-2 here. No heals. Now just Scratch, and Scratch is gonna go down. Dothogs. Okay, TC, I'm pretty sure. Overall, I'm really curious about the logs. First thing I'm going to check is damage. And Shamu says, I ran out of ammo. That tells you how long the stalemating spam has been going for. But I'm pretty sure Dothog's damage right now is winning. But I think kills are probably pretty even at this point, after one round. And that's the first thing I'm going to be checking when we eventually get this round to end. We have 10 minutes left to go. It's been a 20-minute round officially.
Yeah.
It's been... TC, this has got to be the longest round you've casted.
It's got to be one of the longest, as we are going to see. It looks like the Covenant want to try and wrap things up. They're going to be trying to send in both soldiers to get onto Dank. They're not managing to find anything. There's only 10 seconds left on the round timer, so they don't feel like they have much to lose by expending so many players. But if Greasy Dothogs can get onto the mid in time, which they are going to be able to, they might just be able to cap it up. Luckily, AZN... Yeah, AZN didn't go down there, so they didn't give up everything for it, so they're still going to be able to hang in. It's going to be even Ubers. We do have Scarps up on the sniper just in the forward spawn. Hasn't committed just quite yet. Looks like, yeah, going to backspawn and stick up on Scout, but still, earlier in that push, really great stuff from, I think, Rakuso and the flank player. It must have been Crypt as well, going in behind while that Uber from the Covenant came out. They just wrapped in through Saw, went through Catwalk, and were just able to initiate the collapse that the Greasy Dothogs used to stay in and keep control of their second, as now we see the Greasy Dothogs turn to try and push on to second, but Sin Karma getting a nice sticky trap on the Kev is going to open things up for them. Maybe we might see a soldier sacker to them just taking space in through lower, but they have Rakuso up on Sniper, who's a good sniper in his own right, as he rings off a headshot onto Scratch, who's up on the fence post. It's going to be Paul Dog trading out with Crypt. Sin Karma going down. The Ubers have been used, Godfather.
Dank, gotta be somewhere. He latches onto his sniper out of desperation, who takes a shot, doesn't hit enough damage. Crypt is hiding right now. No one's gonna see him. He's gonna get in. Can he get on the building? It's one. No way! Again, Dothogs just can't secure the kills when they need to. He does find Dingo, but my lord, TC, this is maybe, is this the most even matchup ever?
I mean, it's extremely even, which, when you're thinking about to the next map at the very least, Gullywash, you know, this is Greasy Dothogs picked. If it's so even on their map pick, you might be expecting the Covenant to be a bit more dominant on theirs, but regardless, it has been extremely back and forth. Both teams trying to give it their all, not trying to make too many mistakes so far, even though we've seen a few of them. But the aggressive Ubers from Shamu have really been keeping his team in here, as once again going to be the Covenant, trying to see what they can do. They've been opting, you know, for a sniper. I would like to see maybe some banner shenanigans if they're going to be trying to take it so slow. We are going to see them trying to pressure in through Saw. A lot of damage onto these players, but no kills. Oh my, Scratch with an amazing serve, not being able to find the kill onto Dank, but imagine if he did, Godfather.
That probably would have been the coolest play I've ever seen from a scout, but unfortunately he doesn't come down with it. As he goes down and Crips goes in and gets a Dingo trap. I told you, Dingo's traps pretty darn great. It's going to be a rotation to lower TC and a push out onto grass. The Uber's probably going to be exchanged here in a moment.
Yeah, they are. Sin Karma opening it up with a nice kill onto Tripwire, or actually denying it, so to speak. So now the Covenant can't get in onto second. We're just going to have to back up. Everyone's losing one player and not wanting to commit, but one player who does is Shamu. He's got his medic with him. He looks like he wants to try and take this in. He was eyeing up Kitchen. He's been so aggressive with these Ubers, which is something I really like to see. You really like to see that confidence from your pocket scout to just send it in and say screw it and just kind of take it to them. It's been working out for them because he's been able to make sure that the Covenant, one, use their Uber, and two, flash as many players as possible. So great stuff from Shamu so far, just kind of doing that work for his team. But regardless, they're going to be staying on their second. But Covenant have to find a way to try and break this. They've been sending in a bunch of players. You know, they've been going for the one man, for two man, even the sniper with the one man. It's just not quite been working out their way. They've been able to get onto the Greasy Dothogs last, I think only one so far, and they haven't been able to break that either. So definitely extremely back and forth, but the Covenant now sending in both soldiers.
Red soldiers, Trip gonna go down, and Kev doesn't find anything except the force, exactly what they needed out of that bomb. So Covenant will have full ad, and Dothogs, even though they pick up two, they don't really have too much to work with here space-wise. Paul Dog gonna be looking for the sack. Oh, that's a drop for Kuzo on the flank. He gets in and gets the kill. What a play, and that's finally gonna be some momentum in this matchup. We got 121 to play in the round, but that'll be extended here shortly. Scratch going down as well. Scarf's trying to escape, not going to eat enough damage. Now the soldier's chasing, he's narrowly escaping. Kev dies, but Scarf somehow gets out, and that mid will be picked up. Finally, a med drop. Finally, some momentum here, TC.
That's insane. They only lost one for what was basically a full team wipe and a drop. That is insane stuff from the Greasy Dothogs. I like that play. They recognized there was two down on the side of the Covenant, and they knew that they could try and at least get the force. They got something even better in the drop. They didn't lose anyone else for it aside from Rakuso. Now, they do lose Crypt early, but they're still going to have to try and use this Uber, and they take it in on their demo and their scout. They aren't able to find anyone initially. They don't even get the demos, and they're trapped on the point. Shamu dies for it. So no stickies on the point just right now, but no one's able to get onto it. Oh, Rakuso taking a 1v1 against Scratch. Oh yeah, but Dank falling. There really isn't, as now everyone is dying on the side of the Greasy Dothogs. Oh,
Paul Dog gets weak. Paul Dog goes down. A beautiful bomb from Crypt there, or Trip rather. Excuse me. Gets in, but still just two alive. Now some spawners and full ad for Covenant, so they get to push out. And so just to inform the viewers, if we go 0-0, I believe we go golden cap, or it might be mid-fight win.
We go into continuous overtime. Oh, yes, as they do use the Uber, it's not finding much of anything. The soldier does try and bomb out onto the demo, not going to be able to find him. Sin Karma staying alive. Everyone else is dying on the side of a Covenant. And now, if you're the Greasy Dothogs, you got to figure, do we want to try and take this in? It looks like they are. Soldiers bombing in. Cap time on the point. Can they do it? They're mulching them on the point. So much cap time now. It's a demo v demo with the scout as well. Paul Dog bombing in. He gets on the medic. It's just Judy. He can't do it.
It happens. It happens after what, 17 minutes?
Yeah.
Or
no,
sorry,
no,
27 minutes. I think that was like 26:30. Approximately. For one round, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be a long night here on the RGL Twitch channel. 1-0 with just 3 minutes left to go in map number 1. Dothogs in control now. I'm expecting this one to go a little bit faster, TC. Dingo taking early damage. Scarf's up on the high ground. Maybe a bomb from Trip. No, just taking some position. Azen has taken a bit of spam, down to about half health right now. Has to be dancing around that shed area. Oh, gets killed by Dank with the arrow. Watch this one as he goes across and goes down. What a crossbow shot probably accidental, but benefit of the doubt there. That is med down. Medic on medic violence. That's got to be a war crime, right?
I think it might be in one of the conventions. Don't know, but Dank doesn't care getting that securing his team the mid one, which was looking a bit dicey because they lost Sin Karma early off of that. One of his scouts pushed one of the side areas and was able to get that kill, but unfortunately not enough with Dank getting that nice kill. So now they got full Uber ad to work with here, Godfather. They're going to be trying to take it in onto second, and if things go their way, they're going to be taking it in onto last as well.
No way this game ends 2-0, right? Like, this map anyway. That would be ridiculous. That's unheard of. 1-0 also kind of crazy to think about, but I feel like 2-0 is somehow more surprising. We will see how this one goes with time trickling down. It is just 90 seconds here to work with as Crypt and Rakuso, they get forward. Going on to Dingo here. Or, yeah, excuse me. It was on to Dingo. Both will die. Can't clean up the damage. Sin Karma also going to go down here, so that's 3 down. But at this point, as long as you don't get rolled to last, Covenant can't really do anything here. It's even Ubers. I'm expecting Kev to try to get in, try to get the force. Doesn't get enough damage to warrant the pop. TC, is this one over? Or at least map 1?
No, we got the continuous overtime. After the 30 minutes are up, we're going to be going into an extended overtime. So the next person who wins the round is going to win it all. If you're the Greasy Dothogs, if you're the Covenant, you're going to have to win by at least 2 to try and secure things. So it's definitely, we might see a bit more of Snakewater. It's not going to be over in 40 seconds, which maybe the Covenant might hope would just get on to Gullywash. But they still got an opportunity here as we see the Greasy Dothogs flying in. That is going to be Sin Karma going down. However, that's not the pick that they want to see. Fall Crypt going down as well. The Covenant have now got the momentum. They've got the picks. They can maybe try and take this in, but no, Shamu with the Uber. He's just going to send it in super aggressive. He wants to try and get as many players forced or flash as he possibly can. He does get a couple. Now a little bit better for the Covenant now, as we now just have with the player ad.
Sin Karma's going to go down for it as Dingo gets the finish off. And we are officially in this overtime situation here. Next round cap will end the map. Next last cap will end the map. So it'll either be... Well, no, it won't end. If Covenant gets this, it'll continue, correct?
Yes, it will.
Oh, my lord. So after over 30 minutes now, we are still going on map number 1, and the score is just 1-0. Uber is slightly in favor of Dothogs here. Kev trying to get forward. He'll go down. Rakuso picks up Trip as well. Opportunity, a bit of momentum maybe. These teams have been playing pretty darn slow, as the scoreboard will show.
Yeah.
That's a free back out so far for Covenant. Maybe getting a little split here. I might see Scarfs go down. Oh, he avoids all of the damage. I think he took one health of damage.
That's impressive.
From like 5 rockets and hit scan spam. So he's slippery for sure.
Yeah, he's been practicing the Dance Dance Revolution with those moves out there. Always great to see. We're going to see if maybe someone else on the side of... we see if AZN has been practicing those same moves, as there's going to be some bombs headed his way imminently. It's just going to be how Greasy Dothogs want to try and take this in or send in their sacks. They've been, you know, fairly good with the Paul Dog Crypt sack. We've seen some great plays from the scouts as well. Just have to see what they opt to do. Looks like they're going to be trying to take some space lower. Maybe draw eyes. The soldiers bomb into lower. Maybe allowing Rakuso to get scarfs in the saw area, but Crypt is going to be taken down. Rakuso on another one. Now he's in a 1v1 with the scout. He gets him down so low, but it's going to be AZN actually saving him. Yeah, with the crossbow. And with 2 players down on both sides, I think we're into another stalemate, Godfather, as we wait for the players to respond.
Oh, my lord. So... there's still... so if 3 minutes expire here, it'll go to a mid-fight.
Yes.
My lord. So, I mean, maybe a flaw with this config if the match is too even, but a feature, not a bug. We'll go with that rhetoric, at least for now. But, I don't know. This has been probably the slowest game of TF2 I have ever casted, and Dothogs not even really in control here
Scarps?
because they still got to get another round win.
Scarps is on Spy.
Scarps is on
They don't
Spy.
know.
He's going.
He gets it! Drop! Oh my god, that is so huge from Scarps, because now the Covenant, they've got full Uber at work with. They don't need to worry about a leapfrog situation. If they take this quick, if they take this efficiently, hell, even if they use Ubers would still be even. They do have to worry about the scouts that are hiding in lower. It is going to be Shamu going to back up with the rest of his team. So they've cleared everything out. They shouldn't have to worry about the back cap. They're taking their time. But now they're finally going to making their way in through Catwalk. They just want to try and bully the Greasy Dothogs out. They don't have to use it. They don't have to. They are going to be the soldier bombs kind of flying in. Crypt is in behind, however. He might come in for a recollapse. It looks like the Greasy Dothogs are at least going to be sending both their soldiers in, but they do use Uber.
Yeah, that's a Covenant Uber for basically nothing except the mid cap. So Uber add back in favor of the Dothogs, and the timer will reset to 4 minutes here. At some point, surely they'll call it, right? You know, like if we go an hour or two on this map, Dolphin panicking because he forgot to write an ending to the scripted matches that we always bring to you live. No, I'm just kidding. This is pretty unprecedented, though, for an RGLgg cast, as far as I'm aware. Not something we've seen before. It's going to be pushed through. What do they call this? Kitchen? I feel like they call it kitchen. I'm calling it kitchen for now, as the Uber is expanded by the Dothogs. They're going to pick up Trip, but lose Crypt. And now Dingo also falling, as Azen's going to get run at here. Oh, good surf out of damage. And escaping through under, getting out of harm's way.
Oh my god.
Azen will be out to last, but this could be it, everybody. We have... Oh no, full ahead for Covenant. It continues.
Oh, Judy, no. He walks out of the forward spawn, but Dingo had it trapped up. I just have to say, from the Greasy Dothogs, that was one of the most aggressive Ubers I've seen in a long time. Not just because of the Uber ad, but also because of how far they took that. They took that from their kitchen all the way onto the enemy team's second, just running in double scout. We are going to see them trying to get in onto their labs, maybe trying to get an Uber force from the side of AZ, and it's not going to quite work out. They are going to be able to take up Scarf, so it's going to be a bit hesitant for the Covenant here. They do have Uber ad, but it is dwindling dank. Been really good to build that up, making sure that they're not at Uber dis ad for too long, and it is going to even things out. We do have Shamu up on the sniper, but I just got to reiterate, Godfather, that Uber from Shamu and Rakuso, it went so far, so deep. They went kitchen to second, so aggressive. They were just chasing for days on end, holding hands, as scouts probably should a bit more often. But Shamu can be taken down by the enemy sniper of Scratch, so maybe just putting a halt on that SVS action for the moment.
No more Highlander if there's... Well, I guess there's still one sniper alive, but maybe Shamu comes up on Spy just to get revenge. No, I'm sure it'll be a sniper again here. No, I'm going with Spy! What a call! I'm sorry, I'm really proud of that one. He does come up on Spy. My caster senses were tingling there. We've got the Engineer and Sniper outclasses for the defense. We got Spy on offense, nothing else. Can someone clip that? I'm unnecessarily proud of calling that.
No, that's good. Normally we curse the player, so it's always great to see something go the way that we expect it to. As Shamu is going to be getting in through lower. They don't know at the moment, which is ideal for him. Maybe they send a sack. No, he's just going to be going on to the demo. Actually a fairly good pick, and if he can stay alive as well, that's just going to be a little bit of mystery that the Covenant have to deal with now. Greasy Dothogs, there's no demo. They don't have to worry about any trap. They have to try and take down the sentry gun, which they're not going to. They are going to do, but they do lose Shamu because of it. So kind of things have evened out with Junie only 1 second away from respawning. So kind of a zero-sum game right now for the Greasy Dothogs, but a little bit of action on the field you always like to see, as they now they're just gonna have to try and figure out what they want to try and do now. They did get the sentry gun and the demo last time, but not in quick enough succession to really send in a soldier, feel comfortable sending in a soldier. As now Shamu back up on the scout, maybe they're just gonna try and go for an Uber exchange and then play the retake.
I mean, Scratch deletes Paul Dog as he tries to peek. That's 2 down for the sniper. 3 now as Shamu falls, and this might be a push out. Covenant with 2-player ad. I hear a banner being popped. As bats back up from Kev. That's going to be the death of Sin Karma and Crypt as well. This is a push out.
Yeah, but they got the force. That was a really great play. I think it was maybe Crypt who was hiding up on the boxes because the Covenant didn't really need to use their. They had used the banner and they had so much free space, but a really great play. Now it looks like they want to trick the Uber in aggressively. A Shamu call for sure. Recognizing that they're all clumped up there. Not going to be able to find anyone. Rakuso, there is Scarps in the backline trying to get onto Danky. He gets him. Oh my god, it's looking like he might have beefed that, but no, he connected the shots when he needed to most. Now Shamu up and alive, playing in this cheese area. The respawners coming in. Crypt with a nice air shot on the tripwire. So much damage in this saw area. Dog flying in, can he get it off to the medic? No! An expert surf from AZN is going to keep him high and alive as a bit of desperation there coming out from Greasy Dothogs. I like the aggressive Uber play from Shamu. He's been doing so much work for his team previously, but just at that end last time, not being able to find the kills is now the Covenant are going to be able to take mid, and they got full Uber ad to work with Godfather.
Absolutely. This match just keeps on going. 4 minutes resets as Covenant has this Uber. I really like the Kev Batch backup swap. I hate the Dog sniper pick. Now, I mean, like, it's legitimately going to be good for him, but I just don't like sniper in 6s. But looking at the Batch backup, that is so much post-fight potential. Sin Karma getting very low. He's 4 health and he doesn't go down. Now it's the Covenant who can't clean up kills. They will find Crypt. And Dothogs. Dog with the snipe on Dazen. He gets absolutely burnt from the forward spawn. And no longer does Dothogs have to worry about being pushed into. They can just, you know, sit around here for a little bit and then come out with the Uber.
Yeah, they can indeed. They just got to make sure that no one tries and backcaps them. They don't have to worry about a spy. They should know that everyone is on their normal classes, but still someone might be sneaky. But no, actually everyone on the Covenant, I've just backed out of there. They're not even going to try and go for a force. A bit interesting. Maybe Kev wasn't up on the banner. If he did have action, no, we're going to try and use the banner to come back in. But I feel like they should just use the banner to try and stay in instead of trying to re-aggress. Regardless, they are going to be able to get on the Sin Karma, but they do lose because of it.
No. Not a big flank at all, actually. I thought Kev was going to get something there, but will meet his demise. Wow, what a crazy match, to be honest. Oh, the soldier dueling. Dog boxed into a corner, somehow dodges enough rockets, but now Rakusa with another flank. We've seen the exact same pathing before this game. He gets in, now he's going to pick up a couple. Ooh, getting revenge.
Trip
Number 1. Picks up the kill onto Tank.
Oh my god, that was great stuff from Tripwire. He chased pretty hard for that one, but he was able to get it with a nice air shot too over the midpoint. This is going to be a bit dicey for Greasy Dothogs. They did kind of win that fight, but the respawners are going to be quicker from the Covenant because they still have control of the mid. Sin Karma is going to die for not being able to jump to safety. Shamu as well, just lingering a little bit too long on that point. And it's basically gonna be even a little bit of ad, but I think it's kind of fake ad for the side of the Covenant. They should be able to take second for free. Hopefully Greasy Dothogs don't lose anyone, so they're gonna be able to mount a full defense for their last. Things are probably gonna stalemate out as we see Rakuso come back up on the NG. I would like to see maybe just an aggressive play from the Covenant, but with Scratch going down, or Scarfs, my bad. I think that's going to stall all momentum that they previously had, or any thoughts of maybe trying to take a dry fight before Ubers are in play. No banners up for Kev or any of the soldiers, so it looks like they're just going to be trying to tank things a bit slow. Scarfs might come up. Yep, on the sniper. Shamu also up on the sniper. Dog on spy, but I think he's just checking classes as he goes back up on to the soldier. So we are going to see once again an SVS. We've seen really great picks from both Shamu and Scarfs. Basically anyone who's gone on to sniper so far in this match, Godfather, has been able to make something work. So we're gonna have to see, as with Shamu taking down Scarf, so no longer is Scarf's in. Tev going down as well, maybe hiding in lower, maybe he's trying to go for a sack. Is now Covenant have to try and defend on their second. Dog trying to go in behind. He's going to be finding a soldier in the saw area.
Crypt doesn't get the rescue shot in time. It's going to be a trading of soldiers, but that's still 3 down for Covenant and a push out for the Dothogs. They will reset this round yet again to 4 minutes on the clock here in this continuous overtime. It's past midnight now here, so we've been going for about 45 minutes here in one map.
Oh yeah.
And no signs of stopping anytime soon. We have Dog spy, and we'll see if he gets something big here. I don't quite see where he is. I'm going to hop on his POV. He's getting the full buff to try to get in here. Going around. Is this called kitchen? I feel like it's definitely
Yes.
called kitchen. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see any cooking utensils, but calling it kitchen because that's the call out. He's going for the snap right now.
He gets it!
Ethan goes down. Paul Dog frantically swings at everyone else, but that is another drop from kitchen. That is probably, what, the third, fourth drop we've seen, maybe fifth in this match so far, but it's also been going for 45 minutes, so
Yeah.
do the math. That's not that bad.
Yeah, you gotta cut the medics a bit of slack once you look at the final logs. It might say, like, 4 drops, but you gotta realize this is maybe the equivalent of 2 matches combined. We do see Scarfs trying to go for a play through kitchen, trying to wrap around behind, maybe go for a back, but luckily, Greasy Dothogs have that on lockdown, not trying to make the same mistake as times prior. We do see Shamu. He wants to try and use this Uber ad. He's so aggressive with it, just charging his team through Saw. They are going to be able to take down Kev, making sure that his medic doesn't have to boost him because, and because they are so aggressive with this, they are going to have full Uber ad to work with on till last here, Godfather. They might be able to wrap it up here if everything goes their way.
This is going to be a big bomb from the Soldier. The Scar Snipe has to work, but no, the Uber's going to be out. Now it's the scramble for point. Dingo and Trip both go down to Dothogs. Just like that, clean it up. What a map. Just the first, ladies and gentlemen, do not go away. We still have at least one more map for you, but we will take a look at logs, and then I think we as casters have earned a much-needed break, so we'll have a short one before next map. But a 2-0 for Dothogs on map number 1. GG's in the chat. Let's take a look at these logs, TC.
Yeah, I looking at the logs right now, hopefully we got up on the screen. Just really fantastic stuff just immediately. Both demos. Sin Karma was doing so much damage, and Junie, he was 29 and 12. He was doing so much work for his team, especially he was doing damage, but he was also getting kills as well, whether it was from trap kills, or either in the fights as well. Junie from Spy Kids definitely being the player, Dingo, that his team needed. He was just doing so much work. Even though his team lost it, he was definitely putting out maximum effort, and that's something you got to watch going forward. On to Gullywash. Otherwise, Sin Karma, like I said, Shamu, he was so aggressive with these Ubers. Him and Rakuso just went so deep every time. You really love to see it, how aggressive they were playing with it. You got to respect his team for kind of accepting the call and trying to do their best to support him there. And it definitely showed. He was going 29, got 29 kills, equaling Dingo, which is still really impressive for Dingo in the first place. Otherwise, a bit of low DPM from everyone, but you kind of expect that. It was very back and forth, a bit stalematey, but just fantastic playing from both these teams across the board.
Absolutely. Oh god, my voice is already starting to go a little bit. I said the first thing I'd be looking at is damage. Kills and damage both going in favor of the Sin Karma team there. As Greasy Dothogs does have it. I need to specifically look at round number 1 here, though, which will probably take me a quick second. So if you want to keep going, feel free.
Oh yeah, when we look at the medic deaths, it was actually interestingly enough. Oh no, it was even for both teams. So that kind of just really shows you maybe why it was so back and forth, is because even though we did see a few crucial drops, both medics were fairly good at staying alive, and it just kind of evened out. And some situations where maybe one team would have been able to steamroll, they were just able to kind of regroup and kind of shut down all the doorways. Really great stuff from the demo man, from locking down everything and making sure that teams weren't able to flood in for free there. So really great stuff from the medics for staying alive. Really great stuff from the demos for locking down everything. The soldiers for doing all the spam. Just really great stuff from both the teams. It was so close, and sure, at some point there was some kind of like beefed pushes, especially on to last. We saw a few of them. I think the Greasy Dothogs first push was a pretty bad, but from most of the time, it was just players playing exceptionally well. They were a bit scared, maybe didn't go for as many risks if you're anyone not named Shamu, because he was going for a lot of them. But we are going to go for a quick break here as we head into the next map in just a few minutes, so stay tuned.
Yeah, don't go away, everybody. We'll be right back.
Season 12 of Invite is seeing a large format change. This season has 8 teams, and playoffs will be open to all 8 teams. However, seeding in playoffs matters greatly, as the bracket is sorted into an upper bracket and lower bracket. Losing in the upper bracket sends a team down to the lower bracket, while losing in the lower bracket results in elimination from playoffs. The top 4 seeds entering playoffs will begin in the upper bracket, while the bottom 4 will begin in the lower bracket. The regular season, as such, will be a competition for the best possible seeding in playoffs. To determine the seeding, the regular season is broken into 2 parts, called stages. Stage 1 is a single round robin, where every team plays each other once. The final results of Stage 1 determine sorting into Stage 2. It consists of 2 groups, Group A and Group B. Group A consists of the top 4 teams from Stage 1, and Group B consists of the bottom 4. For Group A, placing top 2 within the group sets your playoff spot as one of the top 2 seeds, meaning teams will begin in the upper bracket. Placing in the bottom 2 of Group A sends you to a middle bracket, where you will have to compete with Group B players for the remaining top 4 playoff spots. For Group B, placing top 2 within the group allows you to compete against the bottom 2 from Group A in the middle bracket for the remaining top 4 playoff spots. Placing bottom 2 in Group B solidifies your placement in the bottom 4 playoff spots, meaning teams begin playoffs in the lower bracket. The middle bracket is a single elimination bracket between the bottom 2 teams of Group A and the top 2 teams of Group B, and will determine seeds 3 through 6 in playoffs. Winner of this bracket will be seed 3, second place will be seed 4, third place will be seed 5, and last place will be seed 6. Altogether, Stage 2 will determine seeding for playoffs. Teams are motivated to perform well in Stage 2 to avoid immediate placement into the lower bracket. Overall, Stage 2 provides teams with a chance to show their improvement from Stage 1 and secure a solid spot in playoffs. Each match played ought to be more challenging for each team involved, and we hope to see match quality improve as a result of these changes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the cast. We are getting ready for map number 2 in this Stage 2 Group A matchup. My name's Godfather. TC is on the mic with me, Dolphin behind the scenes, and Greasy Dothogs have just come out with a 2-0 victory in way too long against the Covenant. And we are getting into the Covenant's map pick. TC, I mean, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about this next map?
I am feeling extremely excited because even though it was very slow and very back and forth, a really great showing from the Covenant. They were able to take that so closely against the Greasy Dothogs map pick. So that kind of says for me, maybe when we get on the Gullywash, we might see a bit more dominance from the side of the Covenant because, this is the map that they felt was their best shot of maybe trying to take this and take the win against Greasy Dothogs. So I think if the Covenant have really a reason why they decided to pick this, and maybe we might see a bit of a closer game. Sorry, a bit of a faster game because they at the end of the day, this I think plays into their playstyle just a little bit more. It's definitely a lot slower just naturally as a map, a lot more spammy. We did see a little bit of banner shenanigans from Kev, but this is definitely a map that's a lot easier to build that banner on. Whether you're just spamming through chokes or even on mid fights as well, it's just extremely. It's really conducive to that sort of play style. So, think it'll be good to maybe shutting down the aggressive Ubers that Shamu has been really trying to take, especially Shamu and Rakuso. It's a bit harder to do on Gullywash. It's just harder to kind of get in and go for that kind of flank business. So I think it'll be a bit better, actually a lot better for the side of a Covenant. If we're going into predictions, at least for this map, don't know if we're doing that right now in chat. I would have this, I'm going to give this to the Covenant. I think we're going to a map 3. I think this is going to be a 3-1 for the Covenant. I think it's going to be, we're going to see like the Greasy Dothogs aren't going to be like pushed over. You're not going to be pushovers, so to speak, but I think it's going to be a bit more clear dominance for the side of a Covenant though on this map.
Interesting. I think this one might play a little bit faster. I'm thinking like a 4-3, but I think Greasy Dothogs just with the DM might have this in the bag, and then we will avoid the map 3. But shout out Fireside for the nice raid there. And before we get going, we haven't had a pause yet, so we haven't had a chance to talk about it, but I'm going to make us bring it up now. There is some wonderful merch, ladies and gentlemen, that you can and should check out. Hopefully Dolphin will pull some of this excellent artwork up, but there is just some exquisite stuff, and we also have some stuff from top-level invite player Jay himself, and that supports him if you get it. So check out those hoodies, those shirts, those stickers, and all that sort of stuff at shop.rgl.gg. It really is fantastic. It's good quality. I have plenty of the stuff myself, so don't be afraid to go and check it out, and that helps support the community. So thank you all for considering that, and let's turn our attention right back to this game, TC. You say this going Covenant's way. Who has to really turn it on to make the comeback happen?
I mean, there's not too much more you can ask from Dingo. Obviously, Gullywash is maybe the demo map, so to speak. The demo can do a lot, especially on mids. You can really lock out the other team from just getting into mid if your demo's extremely quick on it. So, yeah, that's definitely a play to watch just because of what map it is. I think the soldiers as well. Kevin Tripwire, it's a very projectile favored map. Gullywash is. So I think if they are gonna win, they're gonna have to do a lot. They're gonna have to do a lot more and a lot better than Paul Dog and Crypt are, because I think it's gonna be both kind of like the classic soldier sacks onto the med, but just being a big presence in the mid fights and the team fights as well, and being able to go behind, kind of draw eyes, and just stay alive for their team. I think it's really what's gonna cinch it for them if they are going to be able to walk away with it. I don't think it's going to be any fancy off classes, or might be some banner plays, but I don't really think it's going to be the sniper or anything like that from the side of Scarfs or Scratch. If the Covenant do walk away with it, I think it's really got to be from the projectiles.
Well, then all eyes will be on the projectiles. Scratch has righted us. We are going into map number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Dothogs versus the Covenant. My name's Godfather. TC on the mic with me. Dolphin behind the scenes. We are on map number 2 of a best of 3 as we have reached stage number 2. And this is a Group A matchup, of course. TC, do us the honor of taking us through this mid fight.
All right, as we do see a big bomb coming in from Crypt, going to be trying to get onto AZN, doesn't manage to find him, so going to be staying up and alive. Dank has a soldier on him as well, but he does dodge it with some excellent surfing right there to just make sure he sticks with his team. That's going to be the Greasy Dothogs walking away with it. Great soldier bombs from both teams, but at the end of the day, neither of them found the medic, so a bit of a silver lining right there for the side of the Covenant. They're going to be able to keep their medic alive. They have full Uber ad to work with, even though they are going to have to set up on last. And now immediately kind of a repeat of what we saw on the first map, the Greasy Dothogs going all the way to the Covenant's last, but a much quicker mid fight, and Ubers are going to be even.
Gotta do a cheeky little HUD reload scheme for myself and on cast, as we have gotten into the second map, and the timer surely is not at 1 second anymore, but we are seeing this push into last. Crypt goes in, Rakuzo also gunned down by the gun. Paul Dog will find that kill, but Azen did not get enough damage to warrant a force, and Dothogs will have to back off after the 2-man. Honestly, really good play there, really good coordination getting in, but that gun hit hiding in the corner there, the level 2, just proved too much. We do have a cheeky little Kev soldier behind right now. He's going to get onto the demo. 1, 2, 3 shots to take down Sid Karma. The last one a little delayed, but will get the kill, and that is the demo down. And Rakuzo Sniper TC already trying to break it in.
Rakuzo is up on Sniper. I'm going to be interested to see if the Covenant try and push out here, because there is a demo down, but this is such a difficult last to really push out. Even when you have that demo pick, you really need the security of taking down the med, or a few more, like maybe a demo and a soldier, before you try and do something. So they are going to stalemate Kev.
Kev spy.
Yeah, on the spy.
Oh, no way he gets that
good.
steep cloak. No
Maybe.
way he goes. He's going to back up a little bit for sure. Here he is! No way! Nobody has the ears! And a good, honestly, the key takeaway, if you're, like, you know, lower division and wondering why that works so well, is because the scout walked forward at the same time as I made that play. You gotta have a distraction for your spy to always have the guaranteed frag. So really good coordination, stuff you're expecting out of invite levels. Yeah, maybe the sound should be turned up a little bit, but it's honestly the coordination that makes that play work. Kev is going to go in, get Rakuzo, but down goes Kev to the Shamu play. So 2 down for the blue team here as Covenant continues to try to hold on here. They got scratch up on Sniper.
Yeah, Crypt just kind of peeking in lobby. We do see a soldier getting fairly deep into it, but does back out. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Maybe Pauldog comes up on something fancy. No, Pauldog's just up on soldier, which is A-okay. You can still do a lot of stuff with the classic roster lineup. As we still have Scratch up on the Sniper, just going to be trying to deny any angles that the Greasy Dothogs want to try and use to maybe either spam down the sentry gun, maybe try and get some early damage off onto AZN before they go for a play. But yeah, we do have 2 players in water, maybe going to try and go for a cap under their noses.
Okay, so the reason why that fails so miserably is because they were spotted by about everybody as they tried to go to water. And also they have that gun there just watching the point. So that was never going to work, but they committed to the bit. And is this a soldier? Trip is behind again, looking for Sin Karma one more time. The Uber, though, is going to bring my attention away as the exchange is happening in the river area. Backing out will be the blue team. Sin Karma did die to Trip there. Soldier's proving to be too much for the Demo Man in 1v1 so far. Shamu keeping the beam, but he fell down, so his medic will follow, and the high ground just giving up for free. Good damage on the Scratch. Now the bomb coming in. Getting a good surf out his Dank, but now he can't be healing his teammates. So Crypt kind of just forced into the corner here. Shamu doesn't get anything. Pauldog going for the back cap, will be in time. Probably not as the stack comes through. Oh no, he's gotta wait and go for a pick here now. What do you think, TC? Odds he gets one. Pauldog, does he find a stab here?
He might be able to. They should expect the spy at the moment, because they already thought they got the back, you know, the person trying to go for a back cap in the form of Shamu.
No way, not again. Oh, he beefs it.
Unfortunate. That was definitely doable, but now that's going to put a little bit of fear into the hearts of the Covenant. They're still going to try and walk forward with this. They're not going to have to use, but they're not going to be able to get anyone else, so they're still going to be happy with that. Getting on to second. Crypt just lingering in this river area, just maybe a bit too long. Might get taken down for it. No, looks like he should be able to stay alive and head back to the rest of his team, who are also lingering in lobby. So I guess, you know, if you all linger together, it's not lingering, it's just where you decided to play as a team. But regardless, they're going to be all sitting up on their last, going to get their own defenses up now. We saw the Covenant do it. Now it's going to be the Greasy Dothogs' turn, as we do see someone else trying to go into water. It is going to be Scarps, maybe trying to go for the play that didn't work out for them.
Spotted already, yeah.
Oh, but Dingo goes down.
Dingo going down there, yeah, that's, and now Scarps, of course, is going to follow suit. It's basically a 2-man sack, but now Kev also falls, which means the floodgates open, and out comes the blue team, including the medic, Dank, getting onto the point. Shamu doing a good job there, you know, scaring people a little bit as he inches forward, but then running back onto the point. Getting the cap in is what matters. No off glasses at the moment. Shamu going to get deleted by Trip. A bomb onto the point, the exchange happening through main. Oh, the shuttle onto that soldier will result in his death. What a play there. I didn't actually see who got that. It might have been Trip. Hard to say, but 3 down for the blue team. It was Trip. Thank you, Dolphin, and Covenant on the offensive here as they flood forward. TC, take us through. Who has it?
They might be able to get it, but that soldier going down early, and they're just playing the ring so well on the side of the Greasy Dothogs. They got the high ground, nothing the Covenant can do. Now, it's only going to be Dingo and his medic AZN up and alive. They might be able to get out. AZN might be able to. However, Dingo can deny just enough for his medic. They're chasing, but once they round that corner, they don't know if he's been able to put up sticky, so they're not able to chase. And really great stuff from Dingo to keep both him and his medic alive. Now, there are going to be traps up on mid, meaning that even though Greasy Dothogs maybe want to try and take this in, they got to be a bit worried, but Sniper up as well. That is going to be Kev taking the shot off onto Sin Karma, a demo down. And even though they are going to have Uber up here, losing Pauldog as well is not a great place to be if you are the Greasy Dothogs.
Yeah, making this one even Ubers, but player ad. It's not gonna be fast enough here. Oh, dang, kind of got out. He's forced all the way up to the air. Good serve, but he had to use mid-air. And now it's just time to rush forward for the Covenant, getting onto the point. Shamu is going to be able to do the nice tech there with the self-damage to jump up. as Kev getting forced back a bit. Scratch taking plenty of damage. Uber going to be popped out here by Covenant, working their way forward, trying to get onto Sim Karma. Can't really chase him down quite yet. He's 36 health. I don't even know where he is. He's finding an arrow right next to his medic is the answer, and that is Covenant Cap. The point. Very scared right now, TC, because it's 8 minutes in and we haven't seen a round capped. and I don't know how late chat can stay up, but these players might have some bedtimes approaching.
Yeah, well, that's definitely something to think about as we get into this because, you know, this is a best of 3, and it's not the normal just best of 1 that you'd see in the regular season. So players might have to adjust their mindset as we do see the Uber being used in. They aren't going to find anyone at all. It's just going to be a leapfrog scenario as AZN is now coming up on their own Uber. Looks like they want to try and take this in through a big door. They should be able to get the cap up just in time. No, they're not going to be able to get the cap either, but they do use the Uber. That is the Covenant. So honestly, not too bad because now they might be emboldened to try and repush without Ubers in play, but the Greasy Dothogs are just getting mulched. The soldiers bomb them, and now we do see the Recollapse trying to come in from the Greasy Dothogs. It does get one, but it's only on the tripwire, and I mean, roamer on roamer violence is nice, but not really what you want to see when everyone else on your team dies.
Crusoe is immediately going to come up sniper, look for really anything here. Any pick is going to be a good pick at this stage. As that team wipe just putting Covenant on the advantage. It is their map pick. They need to do something here to keep themselves in the game. Try to move on to face Froyotech next match. It's, stabilizing a little bit here. Got the pyro up from Rakuzo. We got the gun up from Shamu. Uber's gonna be popped in here though, getting onto the scout, really playing right side pretty hard. The gun goes down, big bomb comes in, but Rakuzo gets a last minute reflect to keep himself and his demo alive. Gets a second reflect as Dag keeps the heals coming forward. Scratch goes down, Scarf's also already dead, and now is this gonna be just a quick push out from the Dothogs? They do have 85% here, continuing to build. Bulldog gets in, gets tripped. Kev goes down to Shamu as well. This is basically 4 down. Dothogs not only hold, but thrive and get out to their second.
Yeah, they are going to be able to walk forward with this. They do have big Uber ad. They don't want to try and use it if they don't have to. They're going to be able to get in fairly clean through the chokes. No sticky traps stopping them in their way. And now looks like they're going to immediately try and pressure big door. This Uber ad is dwindling. Kev up on the spy. Interestingly enough, maybe he thought it was going to even out there. We do see Trip going in for a big bomb. Is going to get the Uber force out. Good stuff from him. They are going to lose at least 2 here. Probably not anyone else. It really depends on if Ev is going to be able to do anything. He decloaks.
Spy
I
right
don't
now.
know. He gets the pick. He gets 2.
How do you get 2 there?
Oh my
Double
days.
backstab. It's full ad. So Dank says soldier too hard. Which is like so fair, actually.
Yeah, Dank. I mean, to be fair, you know, Dank and the rest of his team might need a chiropractor because their bags just got broken into by the expert spy play from Kev. Good stuff from him there to secure his team. The Uber ad as they now try and push in. We do see Rakuso and
look at this Crypt bomb,
working.
though. Crypt gets in for free, getting onto Azin, gets the 4, so really good heads-up play. Sitting over in the big door area, now Bulldog wants to take this 1v1 versus Trip. He's going to be very weak. Needs to hit good damage here. Getting onto the... Not getting onto the point. I lied. Now he's going to be jumping around and take a lot of damage, but he is onto the point now. Getting in through under... And forcing everyone to rush back. That will eventually be a kill, but plenty of cap time so far, so if Dothogs decide to go fast, which doesn't look like they're quite in position to do. They might have had a chance there, but Bulldog, you know, laying it on the line there, trying to go for something. Doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, but his team still has a big Uber ad to work with. Looks like they're going to take it in through Shutter. Going to be leading it in on their scout. Going to be trying to find some early picks onto that soldier just right there. Sentry done now finally does go down. Shamu on the point. The stickies don't get him.
Shamu. Really good there. I mean, he just gets in and a really good exchange, or not exchange, really good Uber through the Shutter. Keep your scout alive for the gun to go down, then have him hide in that corner, and that is round number 1 done. That was a 13.5-minute round, ladies and gentlemen, so things staying slow here. TC, I'm going to have you take us through another mid-fight.
Sure, of course, as now we see the soldiers bombing immediately. Oh my god, great rocket from Dog, and that's just going to ensure that the Covenant are not going to be able to get in onto mid. They lose 3 as well. They do pick up Dank, though, in the back line, so not is all bad for them. They're now going to have to try and keep AZN alive, but oh, nice rocket from Thug. Shamu with the cleanup, and that was just a wipe. Everyone on the Covenant going down. Sure, they were able to pick up Dank, but they lost that extremely hard, and they're gonna have to be all the way back on their last. Ubers are gonna be even, but we're just gonna have to sit here, and because AZN actually died so much later, it's gonna be a good 30% Uber ad for the side of the Greasy Dothogs. So depending on how aggressive they want to be, and they've been pretty aggressive, they might end up taking this.
Yeah, I mean, the Uber's gonna be about 30% here at this point. Really good building out of Dothogs. We got the Pyre, we got the gun up on the right side. Scarps is gonna need ammo soon at some point. He's gonna go back for it now. Gets the resupply. Sticks up on Pyro. Scratch playing a little lobotomized here. He's just whacking the fully healed gun. Here's the Uber coming in, trying to get that gun down. Now the whacking is doing something here. Good captain right now for Crypt, and he's just going to get it. Crypt, uncontested, sits there on the point, and Sin Karma just saying, as Dothogs go up 2-0 here on Covenant's map pick, and perhaps Covenant was wrong to pick this one, TC.
Maybe. I mean, that Uber, I don't mind taking the slim ad, but ideally you ever want to try and get onto the medic or get player picks. They got neither. They just got the point down, so it ended up working.
Crypt. Oh, can he get onto Azen? One more rocket will do it, and he does. That is how you get it done. Azen goes down, and now we should be seeing counter pressure in onto the combo, but already out is Dothogs med. Tank doing a good job here staying alive. It's 1 for 1, now 1 for 2, as Sin Karma picks up the Kev. Ooh, but Scratch and Trip gonna combine for 2 more, so this medic staying alive, but now Scratch forcing in. There's no Uber in hand yet. Scratch just needs to hit one more clean shot. Can he do it? He will not. Tank picks up a pack, but now rushing forward. Shamu doesn't have the heals. Will dodge his own medic's arrows, now pick up 1. And it is technically a 1 mid for Covenant as they get, they don't even actually get the point. So it's going to be Dothogs winning that mid. Shamu checking the traps, calling them. Good heads up play there, and it's a 1 mid fight for Dothogs.
Yeah, that was looking a bit scary for them. If Dank did go down, he didn't have Uber to use, so, but still really great stuff from his team, and good stuff from Dank to just remove himself from the situation, get back into his own lobby there. So now because of it, we're gonna have Uber, which they do immediately use really great force play from the side of Tripwire, especially better because he was able to stay alive there and get all the way back to his team, so they don't even lose 1 for it. Now they might try and repush, or they might just try and play the Uber ad. They have a sniper up, so they don't really have the opportunity to try and go super quick, but they do have a sentry gun up, and I don't know if that's just insurance watching the last point, making sure no one backcaps, or it's they're just going to be stalemating on their last. I think it's actually going to be insurance, as it looks like everyone else is trying to push up here.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It is just insurance. Nice pipes from Sin Karma. He actually hits the taunt after that one. Takes down Scratch. And Scarf's going to go back, get back on the engineer class. Going for that lower gun rather than the higher up one. Good pressure into the river right now. Onto the soldier. Dog gets taken down by Kev. Shamu looking through main. Going to back up, regroup with his medic. Even Ubers now, as Covenant will come up on their charge. What do you see?
Scratch is on the classic. I don't know if that's like no, maybe I'm wrong. Is that just
is on yeah, he's on funny gun.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know if there's like some idea behind that, or
invite tech.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he just didn't switch off. Regardless, he hasn't hit a shot just quite yet, but we are going to see 2 go down. That is going to be Rafuso and Crypt. 1 through Shutter, 1 in water. So maybe trying to see how much they can get away with for Covenant actually try and re-aggress. They still have their sniper up. They still have the engineer up, so I don't think they're going to do much of anything at all. Looks like Tripwire was trying to see if he could get something. Kev trying to go in through wood. He does do a bit of damage to Sin Karma, but he's going to stay alive.
That would have been a kill there, but no, the body shot reduced damage for the classic, and now he's going to get deleted. Serves you right for a bit of a throw there. He would have had a couple of frags because he was hitting his shots, but just not doing enough damage. That 135 was not getting fragged, and here's some pressure coming in for Dothogs in the river area. Forward dispenser, lower gun is just level 2. A little bit of a lower profile there. Seeing a lot of level 2 guns in Invite this season rather than level 3. I think it's just an evolution in strats.
Yeah, I think the level 2 gun shoots just a little bit faster, which is better for knockback. The rockets that come with the level 3 don't really do that much in the grand scheme of things when you got the focus fire of your team, but Scratch finally doing something with that classic. Yeah, he's staying on it. I guess, you know, no fear. He gets another one with it. Oh my goodness.
This guy is insane, man. It can't be a throw if it's working, right, everybody? Oh, good damage shot to Dank. Getting the force is Kev. And that Uber basically gonna get nothing here. Crypt heats himself forward. He jumps in, gets knocked back by the gun. Actually, he really couldn't surf out. He's gonna trade for it, which favors the offense here. We've got a spy in PaulDog here, trying to narrowly dodge the demo man. Now working his way forward. Shamu's gonna go for the flank onto the demo, get the 2-shot onto Dingo. Down he goes. Now PaulDog looking for the back gap right now, going for it, and there's just a soldier to contest. PaulDog, very sneaky. PaulDog, the Uber out for the red team now as Rakuzo works his way forward. And that spy never went down, so PaulDog's gonna be looking here. 30 seconds on the clock to a mid-fight reset.
Yeah, it's an interesting use from AZ in there. There was only really one scout in. He had a lot of players up to help him defend. I mean, maybe he was worried about the spy getting a backstab in, but I think that's one of those cases where you just hold it. And if you drop there, that's your team's fault, really not your own. But they do use, and I think they might just be able to get Uber in time. They are. Now it's going to be a desperation play from the side of a Greasy Dothogs. Only 4 seconds left on the clock. Round timer. How are they going to be able to get on? They get a bit of time overtime, but it's not going to happen.
Stalemate. Everyone's a loser there.
That's true.
As we are 20 minutes into map number 2 in a best of 3, as stage 2 is basically like a pre-playoffs, which is a really neat situation here, but we'll be in onto another mid, and Dothogs leading 2-0. And we've seen all sorts of things in this one so far, including, but not limited to, classic play from the sniper in 2 lives nonetheless, so he meant to do it. Here is the 4th mid-fight now, as Scratch getting very low, gonna find some heals. PaulDog goes down to Dingo. Covenant so far leading this mid, but Trip's gonna get in trouble with Shamu. Go down. Now a bomb from Kev getting in behind. Doesn't get much. Crypt taking him out, so 2 for 2 here in terms of player kills, and that'll be a mid-fight one for Covenant.
It will be a mid-fight. Really great stuff from the soldiers to just draw eyes, and the rest of the team, they did take a lot of damage, but we now see Greasy Dothogs trying to refight in through Big Door. They are going to be able to make a bit of space. Is Crypt, and now his soldier coming in to try and help them is PaulDog. They do trade out Scarfs for Crypt.
Have on Sniper.
Yeah, he is going to be up. He is taken down, actually, to a great rocket from PaulDog. Shamu is going to be taking down Tripwire as well. So now with player ad, looks like they want to try and move forward. There's going to be no resistance on second. Ubers are even. There are some people in the forward spawns, but it looks like they know. Scarf is going to take one for the team and dies because of it. It looks like Kev is still staying in there. He wants to try his luck. No.
Yeah. I mean, worth trying, but he should have waited, I think, a little bit longer to peek, because the scout was just looking right at him, but he had no way of knowing, of course. Bit of a scuffle results in Trip and Kev finding a player each. Rakuzo and PaulDog both dead here, and Kev going for the counter sack, getting onto that soldier. He's going to swap up his target priority, almost takes down Sin Karma, doesn't get the kill. The Uber forced out. Scarfs doesn't actually deal any damage there, I don't think, but just jump scared Dank into popping, and that is Uber entirely wasted by the Dothogs, and it will prompt PaulDog to come up on Sniper.
It will, as they he does lose 3 of his teammates though, so he's gonna really have to try and make this sniper shot work. He's gonna be in Big Door. Gonna be trying to see if he can get onto anyone. AZN is staying well and safe behind that little little fence thing there, so he's gonna be staying alive. Is PaulDog's up trying to see if he can get any shots off. He does get a couple, but it's not gonna be enough to get a kill, so they should know he's up there. They do still have full Uber ad to work with, only about 50% up for the side of the Greasy Dothogs. Sin Karma getting a
Missing
nice trap kill
shots.
onto Scratch yet again. Just with these deaths, he's been doing so much damage every single time Covenant want to try and take an Uber in Godfather, and it's been really hampering their pushes.
Yeah, hard to push if you're dropping players early in a matchup as close as this one. Scratch tried to, or Dog, excuse me, was trying to look for a big door snipe. It's going to actually be Scratch coming up on Sniper to take the SBS here. And Shamu taking a little space for his Sniper to try to be peeking forward. As Dog maybe getting trapped in that little door area movement-wise. No, I think he just likes this angle. He backs out now, and I don't know, things are pretty darn steady here, TC.
Yeah, things are pretty steady. They're just going to be working with Dog and with Scratch to try and see who can get the better shot. Looks like they are going to be having Scratch play in big door, which is kind of like the main area that if you are going to try and snipe on Gullywash mid to second, that's going to be the area that you're going to do it.
Dog's 1 health because 135 doesn't get the kill. And that is, like, now it's actually throwing. To be on Classic there. Scratch is going to be slow shuffle peeking. Dog gets an SMG kill. The Uber is used. I don't know. I can't justify it anymore. It was like a haha funny, and then you got a couple of kills, but that's just, it's a straight downgrade. And I'm sure chat loves it, but his team should probably be yelling at him to play stock Sniper.
I mean, you know, maybe it's like a feel thing. Maybe he just thinks he can just hit all the headshots. The body shots don't matter. I'm not quite too sure myself, but at the end of the day, his team are still going to have Uber to work with in here. On to second. Scratch go down because of once again, a sticky trap from Sin Karma. I think Sin Karma taunted that again. Just
sure did.
no fear of that, man. He's had Scratch's number so often. Yeah.
He gets called for hacks. Do we know why you're winning, says Scratch, which is a pretty funny thing, but obviously the demo man is not cheating. That would be a scandal. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah,
Turns
that
out
would.
all the top level demos have been hitting their traps because they're actually using walls. God. Not the case, obviously. Here we go.
My
a little bit of a push out. Dog gets deleted, but Shamu takes out Kev. What did you see there, TC?
That was just an amazing air shot, I think, from Dog on to Kev. It just up in the sky. He didn't get the kill credit for it, but Kev did go down regardless still, even if you get an amazing air shot, that doesn't mean your team wins the team fight, unfortunately. I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't. So that does mean that the Greasy Dothogs have to back up. Scarfs is going to die in the side of River, as now looks like they maybe want to try and recontest this just a little bit, but they don't have a demo, so they really can't. They're just going to have to back up onto last. They don't have to worry too much because they are still up 2-0. Only 5 minutes left in the match time before we go into continuous overtime. So it is probably going to be a 3-something game unless we see an extremely quick round coming out from the Greasy Dothogs, which for some reason, Godfather, I don't expect.
Yeah. Considering the pacing of this game so far, I can't imagine there being anything close to a quick round. It's just not how it's been going. Scratch, he's peeking now again, still using funny gun. And I think, do you maybe walk faster while scoped in? Like I'm trying to justify it in my mind. I know you can walk around while charging your shot, but do you walk faster when you're scoped in?
I'm not quite sure, but he's trying to make it work, maybe trying to redefine the meta. He does get a shot up onto a soldier, but he doesn't quite get the kill.
That's an Uber.
Shots, yeah.
Where this is just like a shutter Uber that gets absolutely nothing for Dothogs. Covenant unfortunately has to use afterwards, but getting forward a little bit on the shutter area. Dank has to serve away. Dank goes down. That's what they were looking for. Now things can kind of just open up here. Covenant has the one-man player advantage, but it's Scratch is the player difference. And it's a throw from Scratch. Honestly, man, if Scratch wasn't on Sniper or if he was on Stock, that's a round win for Covenant. And that's just like a really sad
Oh
fact
my
of the
god,
matter.
Izzy goes down so low there. He went down to maybe 10 hit points. He is going to be able to stay alive, crucially, because if he went down there, that would deny his team the Uber ad that they had so laboriously gotten by killing Dank earlier in that fight. So they are going to have the big Uber ad to try and work with in here. I don't think we've seen really any necessarily beefed pushes from them. We just haven't seen any pushes from them in the first place. So we're going to be interesting to see how this goes. Looks like we're going to be trying to get in through River. The Pyro doing really great stuff to deny them. Shamu doing so much work. Actually, now they do take down. They get 3. They get 4, actually. It's not that bad at all. It's now just only going to be 3 up and alive for Kuso and Dank. Dank now coming up onto the Pyro. He does get a reflect, but it's not going to be enough.
Covenant can make the comeback now. 2-1 with like a minute and a half to play, and then it will be continuous overtime. A round is all they need to send us to Golden Gap on map number 2, and if they take it there, then we'll go to map number 3. Thus is the way of stage number 2 and this new Sixes format. Thing I just learned as we get into this mid fight, Sixes players, invite players, proposed and got it approved, and that's new just by Paul Dog.
Yeah, Paul Dog and Crypt just went in so deep. It really shows Paul Dog up on the screen, but Crypt did a lot of damage, softening up for Paul Dog to just come in there and clean them all up. The Greasy Dothogs not messing around anymore. Ding's trying to stay alive. Is he going to be able to stay alive? He had 5 hit points. He does just manage to stay up, and that is so crucial because if he died there, that would have been an extremely late demo death, meaning that there probably wouldn't have been any traps that they would have had to worry about going in on to last, but he is going to stay up, so I do have to worry about the NG is up as well. This is going to be a very crucial last defense for the side of the Covenant because if they lose this here, that's going to be one more extra round that they're going to have to try and retake. If we go into continuous overtime, Mr. Uber is used.
We're in on Shamu. Shamu can just sit there. Dingo needs to stop it, but no, Dothogs 3-1 with 20 seconds to play. So if Covenant, it's gonna go continuous overtime, and if the Covenant gets the round win, is it again another round of overtime? Dothogs has to close it out. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, there is still hope for a Covenant comeback as we have officially entered continuous overtime. In onto another mid, and Tripwire looking to get good damage onto the demo. Does pick up some karma, so down goes demo. A good sack play early on, but Scratch and Scar's both so weak. Isn't gonna
Kev on
reunite.
Dank.
Good damage onto Dingo, and Dank does go down, but Eason follows suit.
Yeah, that was just a scrappy DM fight right here on the mid. It's going to be whoever's going to be able to get the better of it. And it looks like it is going to be the Greasy Dothog. It's only going to be 1 up and alive, and that is going to be
weak.
Scratch.
Oh! That's pretty sad, actually. Scratch is going to die for it, but worth the play. Everyone kind of just explodes on that mid fight.
Yeah, it was really great stuff from the soldiers to get onto both of the medics as well. Just doing really great work there. So now we see the Greasy Dothogs getting in onto second. They're taking a lot of space. Both medics did die there, so they're just going to try to bully their way in while they have the better player ad. We do have a player in behind. It is going to be Tripwire. They should know about him. Looks like he's going to be trying to get onto Paul Dog in a little bit of a 1v1.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, he's going to lose.
Yeah, that's just a loss. He missed a rocket and then got, hit with a direct. That's just a loss. And now, to close things out, to make it 4-1 and go on to face Froyotech, Kuzo, the flank scout, he's just going to rush in and get deleted. But now his soldier has things opened up. Paul Dog gets it done. GG's all around, ladies and gentlemen. That is the game. And Greasy Dothogs will go on to face Froyotech. Don't leave quite yet, because we'll take a look at logs. What an absolute slugfest, though, TC. Throughout this match.
Yeah, that is an absolute slugfest. Really insane stuff from both of these teams. Obviously, you got to give the bigger shout-outs to the side of the Greasy Dothogs. They were able to walk away with it at the end of the day. And now they're going to be having to face Froyotech in the upper bracket finals. So, still got a lot of work cut out for them, but definitely have the opportunity to take it to them. Gonna be looking at the damage. Kev doing 285, definitely thriving on this map. Sin Karma as well, 272. A lot of blind debts and a very cheeky, sticky traps coming out from him. Really taking down, I think, Scratch most of all, and really stumping so many Ubers because of it. So many times Covenant wanted to try and take an Uber out with fairly good Uber ad, but they just couldn't because Scratch was then dead and Scarfs was either like on the flank or he was like playing Engie or something like that. So they just had to back out all the way onto last. So really crucial from Sin Karma. Otherwise, kind of what you saw, the soldiers, they were doing work. Shamu as well, he had a pretty good game, 21 and 10. But still, at the end of the day, it was just a slightly better team play from the side of the Greasy Dothogs, able for them to walk away with it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you did a pretty good job covering that, and I don't want to spend too much more time thinking about this match, to be perfectly honest. So, anything else you're seeing in these logs before we start wrapping things up?
No, just that both medics basically died an even amount of time, so you can't really attribute it to anything that AZN or Dank were or were not doing. They both seemed pretty on top of things. So it was really just going down to the team fights, fairly even in kills as well, 79 to 1. When you look at the scoreline being 4-1, maybe you wouldn't expect it to be that even. Also, fairly even in terms of damage as well, only 1,000 between them. So definitely kind of a game of fine margins, but it seemed that the Greasy Dot Hogs were walking away with those more often than not.
Yeah, pretty much, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
and the mids as well. Sorry,
Oh
the
yeah,
mids,
the
Greasy
mids for
Dot
sure.
Hogs kind of rolled.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely had the advantage on almost every single one of those mid fights. A lot of great plays out of it. TC, one thing that we gotta mention here is that if you guys are watching here and not part of the Discord, you should definitely join it because it's a wonderful spot to connect with potential teams, find mentors, and of course, Discord pugs, pick up games, great introduction to TF2. It's just a wonderful place to be. So check out the Discord if you're not in it already. Um, and with that, TC, any shout outs for you? I think we're going to get going out here soon.
Yeah, of course. Shout outs to all the players for playing. Without them, there'd be no match to cast. Shout outs to Dolphin for doing so much work. Always great to have him on production. Shout outs to you, Godfather. Always great to cast with you. Shout outs to you guys for watching. And I think that's it for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to you, TC. It's always a good time casting with you. Dolphin, of course, for writing such a good script for the night, and for everyone watching. Shout out Fireside Cast for the nice host, and everyone who subscribed on Twitch. That is most appreciated because it does support us as casters and production, and all the players, all the viewers, everybody who might watch us on YouTube. Thank you all so much. This has been Stage 2, Group A. Greasy Dothogs taking on the Covenant, winning it 2 maps to 0. And we'll see you in the next one.